Okay, good morning, boys and girls. We're going to continue our study of measurement, and we're still dealing with customary units. So we're going to talk today about when you want to measure weight, how heavy something is, how much it weighs. Okay, the units of measure that we use are ounces, pounds, and when we have a whole bunch of pounds, we use tons. Now, ounces is a unit of measure of weight. Fluid ounces, the one we learned about yesterday, FLOZ, fluid ounces, is for capacity of liquids. Okay, they're different. OZ, ounces, is for how much something weighs. Fluid ounces is capacity, how much something will hold. Okay, liquids. Alrighty, so in your notebooks now, you're going to copy this chart down. So what I want you to do is I want you to pause the video. I want you to put chapter 6-5, customary units of weight, skip a line. Then I want you to write the word ounce with the abbreviation OZ in parentheses. Remember, it's different than what we learned yesterday. And a letter would be about an ounce. A normal letter, even the long envelopes, that would be about an ounce. Just so you get an idea of how much an ounce is. The next unit would be a pound. And a pound is abbreviated LB, lowercase letters. Ounces is lowercase letters too. A book might be about a pound. Your textbook, your math textbook might be about a pound. Okay, then when you have 16 of those ounces, that all is what a pound equals, 16 ounces. Now, when you have a lot of pounds, we call that a ton, T-O-N, ton. That abbreviation is an uppercase T for ton. And a compact car might weigh a ton. Like maybe a little compact car, meaning a small car, might weigh a ton. A bigger car might weigh 2 tons. Okay, a truck might be 2 tons. So a small car would be about a ton. A ton actually measures out to be 2,000 pounds. Just like a pound, to give you an idea of what a pound is, I tell you it's about the weight of your textbook, your math textbook. But the actual measurement of a pound is 16 ounces. And the actual measurement of a ton is 2,000 pounds. Now, you're going to copy this down. So pause the video and copy this. Okay, if you are back, that means you have copied down your increments. Ounces is the smallest unit for weight. Pounds is when you have 16 ounces. And tons are when you have 2,000 pounds. Okay, those are our units of measure. Alrighty, so let's talk about some certain things. I want you to think about whether we would use ounces or pounds or tons to measure, let's say, the weight of a carrot. Ounces. An elephant. You could do pounds, I guess, if you were talking about a baby elephant, but elephants are pretty big and they weigh pretty darn close to 2,000 pounds or more, so you can use tons for that. An electric guitar, pounds. A fire engine, tons. That's really big, right? Tons. A person, pounds. A toaster, pounds. A dog, pounds. A canary, yeah, probably ounces because they're small and light. Remember, their bones are hollow so they can fly. A dump truck, tons. Alrighty, so what if I said that 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 pound equals 16 ounces, just like we wrote on this chart. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. How many ounces would 3 pounds be? So it would be 16 times 3. What is 16 times 3? 48 ounces. If 1 pound is 16 ounces, how much would 6 pounds be? 96 ounces. So what you have to do is you have to take the number 16, because that's what 1 pound equals, and you have to multiply it by whatever number of pounds you're talking about. So what if I said 1 ton is 2,000 pounds? How much would 2 tons be? 4,000 pounds. How about 4 tons? How many pounds would that be? 4 tons. 4 times 2,000, which would be 8,000. Good. Alrighty. What tool would you use for measuring things? Well, let's recap. So you're going to pause the video and you're going to copy this as well. The tools that you would use for measuring. So if I was going to be measuring length, I would use a ruler or a yardstick. Okay. If I was measuring liquids, I would use some sort of a measuring cup, sometimes an 8-ounce cup, sometimes a 2-cup measuring cup. And if I was measuring weight, I would use a scale. Okay, those are the tools. Okay. So, looking at your notes now, if I was going to measure the length of a pencil, would I use a ruler? Would I use a measuring cup? Would I use a scale? What would I use to measure a pencil? A ruler, a yardstick, a measuring cup, a scale? A ruler. How about the water in a vase? Ruler, scale, measuring cup, yardstick. Water, liquid. Measuring cup. How about the length of the classroom? Ruler, scale, measuring cup, yardstick. Yeah, I would use a yardstick, not a ruler, because the size of the room is going to be very large and you would have to have many rulers, or you'd have to keep putting your finger down and moving your ruler over and over again. You would have to do that less times if you used a yardstick. You could use a ruler if you wanted, but it's going to take longer. And you have to add 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12, like that. How about the weight of a person? Ruler, scale, measuring cup, or yardstick? The weight of a person. Scale, right. Alrighty. Let's see if we can do some conversions, which means first we're going to talk about comparing units that we use to measure weight, and then we'll do conversion. Okay, so let's say first we want to compare, let's say 5 pounds greater than, less than, or equal to 5 ounces. 5 pounds greater than, less than, or equal to 5 ounces. Okay, well, we're going to do just like we did yesterday and the day before that and the day before that. We have to look at the units. If the numbers are the same, we go right to the units. Most of the time, we're going to go directly to the units, okay? But because they have the same number, the only thing we have to do is look at the units. Which one is bigger? Are pounds bigger than ounces, or are ounces bigger than pounds? Pounds are bigger than ounces. So 5 pounds then would be greater than 5 ounces. Okay. What about if I had something like this? What if I had 3 pounds and I was going to compare it to, let's do 45 ounces. And we have to figure out if it's greater than, less than, or equal to. So the first thing we do is we look at our units. They're not the same. So, it's more work when they're not the same. So we have to change our pounds into ounces or our ounces into pounds. I find that it's better to turn the larger unit into the smaller unit because this doesn't always divide evenly, and you really don't want a remainder right now in comparing measuring. When you get into the higher levels and you're really good at decimals and fractions, then yes, you can have you can go the other way. But in 4th grade, we're going to turn the pounds, because they're bigger, into ounces. So I have to say to myself, I have to think, well, 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 pound, that's what I'm thinking. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. So then 3 pounds would be 16 plus 16 plus 16. 3 of them. Now I can either add them, 6, 12, 18, carry the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and get 48 ounces. Or I could have multiplied 16 times 3, 16 ounces times 3 equals 48 ounces. Either way, I get 48 ounces. So now I always write it right here, 48 ounces. I write it small underneath the one that I converted it from. So now I can compare 3 pounds to 48 ounces. Greater than, less than, or equal to? Yeah, greater than. So don't get tricked that because there's a 45 here, it must be bigger. Because here's an example where 45 is greater than 3, but it's 45 little things compared to 3 big things. So that's how it works there. Okay, so that's how we convert. We've been doing this all along with pounds, when we did our cups and pints and quarts and gallons yesterday, when we did our inches and yards and feet and miles for the 2 lessons prior to today. So you're going to do the same things today as what you did all along. Only this time we're working with ounces, which is the smallest unit of weight, which is different than fluid ounces. Fluid ounces measure capacity of liquids. Ounces measures weight. And when you have 16 ounces, we call it 1 pound. We abbreviate pound, LB lowercase. When you have 2,000 pounds, it equals 1 ton. And 1 ton is abbreviated with an uppercase T. Okay? So, if you need a picture in your mind of what an ounce is like, that's an envelope that you would mail a letter. Say you were going to mail a letter, or the bills that come in the mail. Okay? That's about an ounce. About an ounce, an estimate. And your textbook is about 1 pound. And a small car is about a ton.